The 2022 Stanley Cup was handed out last night with the Colorado Avalanche being crowned champions, and there are a bunch of really impressive parts about their run to the Cup. From a betting perspective, it's the fact that they went wire to wire as champions. In the offseason, they were Stanley Cup favorites. At the beginning of the regular season, Cup favorites. Halfway through the year, Cup favorites. To start the playoffs, Cup favorites, and they were even favorited pretty heavily to win their series against the Tampa Bay Lightning. They get the job done in 6 games, and now our attention shifts to 2023. The Oilers were just 8 wins away from winning the Stanley Cup this year, and the sportsbooks have already put out odds on them to take home the title next season. Our friends at Pointsbet Canada have the 2023 Stanley Cup odds leaderboard out now, and at the top, to no one's surprise, is the Colorado Avalanche, and their odds are almost twice as good as next up on the list, which is the Tampa Bay Lightning at plus 900. The Toronto Maple Leafs are also plus 900, although it's worth noting a big reason why is because of public money and just how much is being wagered on the Toronto Maple Leafs. After that, it's the Florida Panthers at 10-1. The Carolina Hurricanes at 11-1 round out the top 5. The Edmonton Oilers, they're not even in the top 10. The Vegas Golden Knights are the second best Western Conference team at plus 1,200, even though they didn't even make the playoffs last year. The New York Rangers are 16-1. The Minnesota Wild and St. Louis Blues round out the top 10 at 17-1. And then you have to get to another team in the Pacific Division before you get to the Oilers. Pointsbet Canada has the Calgary Flames ahead of the Oilers. Calgary comes in at 18-1, and then 12th on the list is the Edmonton Oilers at 19-1. Now, this is actually better odds than they opened last season with. You would have gotten the Oilers last offseason at around 22 to 23-1 to win the Stanley Cup, so it is a little bit better. The sportsbooks have a little bit more confidence in the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, last season when they went on that crazy run, 16-5 to start the season, their odds jumped all the way up to about 10 to 11-1. When they fired Dave Tippett and their season was at its lowest, you could have gotten them at nearly 40-1. And when the playoffs started, they were around that 18 to 20-1 range as well. So this isn't exactly surprising to see the Oilers down at 19-1, although I wouldn't have been stunned if the sportsbook gave them a little bit more love, considering they were only 8 wins away from the Stanley Cup, and they're still going to have Connor McDavid next season. But what do you think about this? Do you think the Oilers have a better or worse chance than 19-1 to win the Stanley Cup next year? And what do you think of the fact their provincial rivals are ranked ahead of them on the odds leaderboard? Share your take below, and also go check out our friends at PointsBet Canada, who are live now in Ontario.